Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Wake Up Call with Ente Nyata. Today, what I want to talk about is vibration, energy, your words, your thoughts, all these kind of things, and the power that they really have. I'm basing some of this conversation today on a book called The Hidden Messages in Water. I'm sure that it's available in Vietnam. It is from a Japanese researcher that this book is based, and really incredible information. Really basic information, but really incredible. And although it's basic, it's not necessarily easy to practice. Part of this goes along with one of the four agreements that I'm always talking about, that amazing book, The Four Agreements by Don Miguel Ruiz. It is absolutely available here in Vietnam in Vietnamese. I encourage everyone, get on Tiki, order 15 copies of the book, give it to everyone you know. It is absolutely a life-transforming book, and it really will help give you some skills that are going to allow you to be a bit more free, a bit happier, and to be more constructive with life and humanity as a whole. So back to this book, The Hidden Messages in Water. In the book, what they did is they took water and they took two samples of the same water. To one of the samples, they would speak words of love, beauty, kindness. They would play classical music, things like that. To the other sample, they would speak words of negativity, hatred, say really ugly things, and they would play, sort of like ska, heavy metal, like bah, bah, music, and then they would freeze the water. And then what they would do is they would photograph the crystals that the water would freeze into. Now, I'm sure we've all seen a snowflake before, and snowflakes are really incredible, beautiful structures made, in the heavens by nature. And they're always beautiful. They're quite symmetric, and that people always said there's no two snowflakes that are the same, much like humans. Though I think that theory has been proven wrong by now, but who cares? That's not the point. The point is the sample that they spoke love and beauty and positivity to and played beautiful music froze and formed in the most symmetrical, beautiful crystals. And in the book, there's pictures of all these crystals. To the other sample that they spoke of negativity, hatred, frustration, anger, and played, really intense, overbearing music, the crystals that formed when it was frozen were deformed. None of them were symmetrical. They might have a beautiful aspect on one area, but the rest of it would be malformed and not at all really in a crystalline structure, and quite ugly. The reason I'm bringing this up is because I'm somebody that I don't speak negativity, right? Maybe with like one or two people, I'm like really open. So when something super frustrates me, we all need a confidant we can vent to, and a person or persons that know, the way I'm speaking right now is not in my character, but if I don't get it out, the negative feelings I'm feeling, I don't know how else to get through them other than communicate, which I talk about all the time in every video I make, because it is the most valuable tool you can give yourself and others in your life that is going to give you freedom and joy. So sometimes I speak on those feelings just to let them out and to move forward. But generally, 99.98% of the time, I don't talk bad about people. I don't judge people. I don't see the worst in even the nastiest people. I focus myself on where the beauty is or where the beauty needs to be created. What can I do to help this situation be better? But your thoughts are something that you cannot always control, right? I have struggled with extreme anxiety and depression my entire life, and I always found medication to alter my personality in such a way that I wasn't the same person that I was, in life. Like, I'm really silly and goofy and I love to dance and, I love to sort of be foolish sometimes because it lightens the mood and it makes people laugh, and they'll say, "Oh, when I saw you and the way you present yourself, I never thought you would be so goofy and silly." And that's like a favorite compliment of mine, that they see me and they think, "Oh, he's very serious, he's very, one way." And then when they get to know me, they see like I'm all wobbles, I love to be crazy. But struggling with anxiety and depression, you often will have negative thoughts, not specifically about others, but more specifically about yourself, about your body, about the way that you look, maybe, about your intelligence, about your ability to be loved by others. And when you think of this book, and you think that, what is our body, like 90 whatever percent water, right? So if just simply speaking the words to a glass of water has a positive or negative effect, imagine how much you're affecting yourself with those self-judgmental thoughts inside of your brain. That's not your intuition saying bad things to you. Your intuition is never judging you. It's never telling you you're fat, you're ugly, you're not worth being loved, that no one wants to hear your problems. That's a big one that those of us that struggle with depression often tell ourselves, that if I reach out to this friend, I'm bothering them. They're sick of hearing about, my struggles, about my depression, about my problems. I shouldn't bother them anymore. I have another friend, and she's not happy about her weight, and she is the one that actually inspired this conversation because we were talking about it, and I brought up this book, and I was like, imagine what those thoughts are though doing. Because I used to believe if I didn't articulate that thought, if I didn't speak it into existence, it wouldn't have any effect on my life. But now I don't think so anymore. I think that, something can occur to you, maybe you can't stop it. But if you hold on to it, if you keep analyzing that negative thought and you keep thinking it over and over for minutes at a time, or you keep looking in the mirror and you keep judging your face, your nose, your ears, your belly, you are destroying yourself. You're diminishing your own light, let alone, external sources doing it, which, you shouldn't take things personal. We'll talk about that in another video, because what other people say has nothing to do with you. And especially when it comes to physical beauty that so many people are propping themselves up on these days, right? They have nothing to contribute to the world. They are not educating themselves. They are not creating anything. They're not showing us plants or food or nature or anything other than the way that they look. That's nothing permanent. That is nothing to prop yourself up on. And so many of those people are so heavily filtered, that in real life they don't look the same. Even celebrities for a long time, because they're glamorized in photography and in movies. Sometimes because I used to have a large celebrity clientele at my job, and I would see them in real life and I would think, my God, that is not at all, like I wouldn't even have noticed them had their security not come and spoke to me to prepare to assist them today. Because they're not at all that way. They're not at all the way they portray themselves to be. And generally, those that portray themselves based solely on their appearance, they aren't at all what they appear to be. I'm not saying to judge them, But I'm saying to not judge yourself based on this image you've been sold by the media, right? From makeup to customized cosmetics to surgeries to so many filters, you have no idea what that person really looks like. They truly could be not only physically less attractive than you, but more importantly, they could be ugly on the inside, right? They're often, very insecure. And that's why they need all this external approval to feel better about themselves. So you feel good about yourself one day, you post a photo. I noticed with my partner that a lot of people in Vietnam are not nice to their friends. They say really judgmental, bad things. They like click the laugh, react, rather than ignoring it or sending a like or a heart or a hug. They're so judgmental. But then I'm like, look at you. Like, do you have a mirror? How are you going to say this about my partner when you are actually, bigger or uglier or worse nose or whatever it is, And I know for a fact that the only time I judge people is when they mess with those that I care about. You mess with my partner, you say anything negative or cruel to my partner, I'm coming for you. And trust me, I know how to use my words in such a way that you are going to be in tears when I finish with you. I don't fight people. I take them right out at the ankle. If you push me to that point, I'm going to cut you off at the ankle because I'm not here to fight you. I'm trying to take you out so we can all move on. And you will realize from this one interaction, don't cross me. Don't come for me, and I won't come for you. But when it comes to my partner, the same way, if you have children, nope, don't come for my kids. Don't even come for the kids if I'm their teacher, because I will come after you, because those are children. And you want to give them a bad look or attitude. I remember in one of my jobs here, we went to this farm and a teacher from another branch of our school was looking at one of my students like, girl, I stopped and I said, don't you ever look at one of my kids like that again. How dare you look at any child that way? You take that attitude and you shove it right up and don't ever come for anybody in my orbit. And a bunch of the other teachers laughed and laughed. They said, oh my God, I can't believe you did that. She's married to an American, and so no one ever comes for her. No one ever tells her to do that kind of stuff, but she does it all the time. And I said, well, I'm not the one, because I don't care who you are. If you come for me or my loved ones, I'm going to come for you in such a way that you are going to wish you did not wake up this morning. It's a big talent of mine and a big, big flaw. Because if I get actually angry, my limit is much further off than it is the other 99.98% of the time. I don't like you coming for the people in my life. You can come for me, and that's what started me saying this. Say you post a photo of yourself and you feel great. If somebody says something negative, especially a stranger, but if it's somebody you care about, don't let it bring you down. But do stand up for yourself. Do make it clear to them that they are not allowed to speak to you this way in the future, and they can either get off your Facebook wall or your Instagram or your TikTok, or they can adjust the way that they approach you and deal with you. And that if they don't know how to have kindness in their heart, that they're free to go away and come back in the future. But if they continue, you will block them and you will feel great about it. So what matters is how you see yourself, how you feel about yourself, that you love yourself unconditionally, that you give yourself approval. And when you live that way, external approval will not matter. You might post a photo, you feel beautiful that day, or you're at the gym and you're looking extra sexy, and you're just going to feel good about it. And it won't matter how other people react and the judgments of others, because I guarantee you, again, it's about their relationship with themselves, that they don't approve of themselves, that they don't love themselves enough, that they want to diminish you. that they want to judge your body, that they want to judge your clothing, that they want to judge your face. And again, that's why I do this series in my robe, because I don't want it to matter what I look like. In the business series I started, it matters in business how you look. It matters how you present yourself, because you are a product in business. You are trying to gain influence over others. And in order to do that, you need to diminish as many barriers as possible. And to diminish those, it comes with appearance, it comes with language, it comes with intelligence, it comes with experience. There's so many things that you can do in business to bring down those barriers. But when it's purely superficial, you feel good about you and you do what you're going to do regardless of external sources. Do not let the negativity of others or the world diminish the light that you have inside of you. Love yourself, approve of yourself, and that's enough. And when you do that, you'll start to notice you don't judge others anymore. You slowly but surely don't care anymore. But you will start to notice how offended you are by others trying to bring down those in your orbit. That maybe it won't even affect you, but you feel a real need to protect people in your life that don't know these things yet, that don't understand these things yet. And so you feel like a mama bear that you really want to protect them. Don't expect everyone to be kind and friendly. Don't expect the world to be full of negativity and hate. What you believe about life is what you're going to experience. And that doesn't mean you're not going to have trials. To be the best, as I want to be, you have to go through the worst things, the hardest things. And I prayed for so long to be the best, blah, 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 or to know this, blah, blah, blah. I didn't realize I was praying for things to be very hard and very, very difficult. I learned that now, and I stopped asking for that. But I do realize that although I do face really hard times that I often don't understand, it is making me better, and it's giving me more empathy for others. Bad things happen not because I expect that the world is full of garbage, negative, hateful, diminishing people. Things are difficult because I believe the world is full of love and light. And in order to teach that, in order to be a guide for that, I have to have gone through so many things. I have to have been in your shoes so that I really get it, and that I am able to remove judgments that were taught to me as a child from my religion, from my parents, from society, you know? Without going through a trial, you cannot understand somebody going through it. You cannot have empathy for them. So I want to close this video now, but again, I just encourage you, don't have expectations of others. Do have expectations of yourself, how you interact with others, how you react to others. And do make people earn a place in your life. And that includes your family. That includes your parents. That includes your siblings. Everyone deserves to show you the love and respect that you deserve to have as a life, a living force on this planet. Do use your words and your thoughts to show yourself approval and kindness. Your body is made out of so much water. Don't hold on to those negative thoughts about yourself or others. They're going to creep in. Sometimes you don't have any control about that. Let it go. Tell yourself, this isn't true. I'm not ugly. Somebody is made to love everybody. I guarantee you, as one of my favorite comedians, Adele Givens, will say, there's nothing less than somebody who wants a bitch that can bite an apple through a picket fence, I swear to God. And if you don't know what a picket fence is, there's spaces between the wood, and a buck-toothed person, their teeth come out forward. So she's saying somebody that can bite an apple through that big gap because their teeth come out so forward. Somebody will love you exactly the way you are, especially if you focus on being beautiful inside and showing kindness and loving to the world. you are going to find that perfect person for you. And they're not going to love you based on your looks. So when you become old and gray, it's not going to affect them. If you are with someone who's attracted to you because you're sexy or attractive, they're always going to have a roaming eye. You're going to end up with somebody who cheats on you or is an adulterer because their drive toward you initially and consistently was about physical beauty. So show yourself love and kindness. Say kind words. Negative thought comes in, replace it with something positive. This isn't true. I am wonderful. I deserve love. I am beautiful. Someone loves me the way that I am right now. And it's true. I love you. I don't know you, but we are all part of each other. So I hope that you have a wonderful day. I hope that maybe you will even Google the Hidden Messages in Water book and just read some excerpts from it. Look at the pictures of the crystals. And I really think that that's enough to start this internal dialogue, this conversation with yourself in your head to say, I'm not going to think like this anymore. I'm not going to think this negativity about myself. I'm not going to think it about others. And I sure as hell am not going to speak it out loud. I am not going to type it into the computer and put it online to live forever. I'm not here to diminish others. I am here to lift each other up. I am not here to stay in my own lane. I am here to lift others up. I am here to show love to the world. I am here to remind people that there is love and good in the world all around us. I hope you all have a great day. Thanks again for joining me. Bye-bye.